Have you ever wondered who's really in control when it comes to those in power? It's a question that resonates with many, especially in times of uncertainty or turmoil. But as we delve into the wisdom of Proverbs, we find a comforting answer in chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. This proverb paints a vivid picture of divine guidance. Like a river that flows and bends under the hand of nature, the heart of a king, a leader, is directed by the hand of the Lord. This doesn't mean that those in power are mere puppets, but rather it emphasizes that God's influence can guide leaders, steering their decisions in line with His will. Now imagine a river. Its course isn't always straight. It twists and turns, sometimes even doubling back on itself, but ultimately it still reaches its destination. Similarly, the decisions of those in power may not always seem clear or straightforward to us. There might be twists and turns that are difficult to understand from our perspective, but under the divine guidance of God, the course is set. It's an assurance that even in the face of seemingly unexplainable decisions or actions by those in power, there is a higher power at work, guiding them. This doesn't absolve leaders of their responsibility to make just and wise decisions. However, it serves as a reminder for us that God is ultimately in control, even in situations that seem beyond our comprehension. So let's take solace in this profound truth. Let's trust in the wisdom of the divine architect who guides the hearts of kings and leaders just as he guides the course of rivers. Let's remember that there's a bigger picture, a grander plan that we might not always see, but can trust in. So next time you question the decisions of those in power, remember there's a higher power guiding them. Have you ever been so convinced you're right, you failed to consider other perspectives? This is the trap of self-righteousness, and it's a pitfall that's all too easy to tumble into. Proverbs 21:2 tells us, "Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts." This verse shines a light on the dangers of self-righteousness. It's a gentle reminder that while we might be firmly convinced of our own rightness, it's ultimately the intentions of our hearts that matter most. Being right in our own eyes may give us a sense of security, but it can blind us to the feelings and perspectives of others. It can lead us down a path of misunderstanding and conflict. The importance of empathy and understanding in our interactions with others cannot be emphasized enough. So the next time you're sure you're right, take a moment to consider the other side. You might be surprised at what you find. What's more important, doing what's right or following rituals? This is a question we may often grapple with in our lives, and Proverbs 21:3 gives us a clear answer. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Now this doesn't mean that rituals are irrelevant or unimportant. They have their place and can guide us in our spiritual journey. But it's crucial to note that what God values more is not the sacrifices we offer or the rituals we adhere to, but how we treat one another. Justice and judgment are the cornerstones of a fair and equitable society, mirroring the kingdom of God where righteousness reigns. Justice in this context is not just about punishing wrongdoers, it's about standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves. It's about lending a hand to those who need it the most. It's about ensuring that every individual is treated with the dignity and respect they deserve. On the other hand, judgment here does not refer to being judgmental. It refers to the ability to discern right from wrong, to make decisions that are fair and just. It's about not being swayed by biases or prejudices, but evaluating every situation with a balanced viewpoint. When we prioritize justice and right judgment over blind adherence to rituals, our actions align with God's heart. We start to reflect His love and compassion in our daily lives. We become instruments of His peace and justice, a beacon of hope in a world that's often marred by inequality and injustice. In essence, what Proverbs 21:3 is telling us is that our faith should not just be about following a set of rules or rituals. It should be about living out the values that these rituals symbolize. It should be about embodying the love, compassion, and justice that form the core of our beliefs. So remember, it's not about the rituals you follow, but the justice you uphold. We are called not just to believe, but to act, not just to pray, but to serve. Not just to worship, but to love. And in doing so, we truly honor the heart of God. Can patience and honesty really lead to success? You might wonder. Well, it's time to delve into Proverbs 21 verses 4-7 to find out. Starting with verse 4, "An high look and a proud heart, and the plowing of the wicked is sin." This proverb warns us about the pitfalls of arrogance. Pride can blind us, making us believe we're always in the right. It can lead us down a path of self-deception, blocking our ability to see our own faults and learn from our mistakes. Humility, on the other hand, opens our minds, allowing us to grow and improve. Next, verse 5. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but of everyone that is hasty only to want. Here we learn about the benefits of diligence. Hard work, patience, and careful planning are the keys to prosperity. On the contrary, impulsiveness and haste often lead to failure. It's a clear reminder that success isn't achieved overnight, it's the fruit of consistent effort and unwavering dedication. Now let's look at verse 6. The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro, and the desire of it is but deceitful. This proverb warns us of the dangers of dishonesty. Deceit may offer temporary gains, but it's a hollow victory. It leads to a life of constant anxiety, always fearing the truth will be revealed. Honesty, however, leads to peace of mind and true fulfillment. Finally, verse 7, the robbery of the wicked shall destroy them because they refuse to do judgment. This is a potent reminder that the consequences of our actions will inevitably catch up with us. Wrongdoing might seem profitable in the short run, but eventually, it leads to destruction. Choosing to do what is right and just brings lasting rewards. So, the next time you're tempted to take the easy way out, remember it's diligence and honesty that truly pay off in the end.